Hi, I'm Bob Meyer, Director of Community Education, and we're going to take another tour today. And with me is Sarah Johnson, Principal of Lakeside Elementary. Sarah's in charge of the building project behind us, brand new elementary, and I'm going to have her talk about what they're doing.
So we're currently standing in front of what will be the students' entrance to the school when they arrive on buses every day. Next year, Lakeside will be welcoming almost 800 students, grades 2 through 5, to our new elementary school.
Should we go through?
Yeah, we'll take a tour.
Let's go.
Okay, so we're currently entering off the bus lane. To the right over here is the gym, and this part of the building right here is our kids club entrance. We spent quite a bit of time working with our kids club staff to make sure that we had a secure entrance that allowed our parents and students to drop off to a specific part of the building. So you'll notice here in the kids club entrance that they have a separate entrance into the kids club room. There's also a window for staff to be able to monitor parents coming and going, and then on this other side of the window will be locked doors. Okay. So parents can enter to the building, drop their kids off, and yet we can still keep the rest of the building secure. Just one of the great security enhancements that are going on in the building.
Great. And as we look now down the hallway.
Yep. So when you enter into the hallway, the main hallway on the right actually goes out to the recess area. This is the gym on our right-hand side. The cafeteria is where those boxes are. And you'll notice that it's a two-story vaulted cafeteria.
Yeah.
They've done a great job with some acoustical pieces to make it work for our about 200 and some students that have lunch in there on a rotating basis.
Well, let's take a peek in the gym.
Okay. So this is a two-court gym. There is a dividing wall between the two gyms that we will be able to use because we will be offering two Phi Ed classes during the day.
And this will have a synthetic floor.
Yes, yep.
And then that cutout area down deep there?
It's for a portable stage system.
Oh, okay.
Yep, so still be able to do some plays and musicals and things like that. Community Ed also would want to have access to that as well.
Yep. And then the other area down on the left side there is?
That is a gym office.
Okay.
So the students actually would enter from over here.
Yep.
So the dividing wall is this open space right here.
Okay.
And so we will have the ability to have a dividing wall that then goes across the gym to be able to divide it up into two separate spaces.
So you're expecting two gym classes per hour?
In the morning, yes.
Okay.
But then there's a lot of other things. There's adaptive Phi Ed that happens during the day. We also, at our current building, haven't had any options for indoor recess because that happens to us a lot.
Right.
So this would be a great option for us to be able to get that large motor option for our kids during indoor recess.
And I know at Lakeside you had seating.
Yep.
Will there be seating in here?
There is no seating. There is no stadium seating in this facility, but there are two like basketball courts to be able to use for the youth.
Right.
And obviously gym and Phi Ed will happen in here. Everything from our badminton to our volleyball units.
And how do you see the stage area being used?
So the stage area, we've been working with our music staff about like what would maybe be some options that they were looking at. The idea behind the stage is that it'll be a portable module system. So are there times that it could be set up? Yes. Are there times that it would be taken down? Absolutely. And really working obviously with Community Ed on some options of like how would they like to use that space as well.
Yeah, because I know earlier on we talked about a possible stage area in the cafeteria.
Yep.
So,
there is no cafeteria. That's called a cafetorium. That is not included in this project.
All right.
So one of the things that you'll notice in the building are some extra wide hallways. So if you want to get a glimpse down this is where the students will go out to recess every day. We did a site visit, but about 5 different schools, and one of the things that our staff was really conscientious about was making sure that our hallways for our large traffic areas were nice and wide.
Right.
We're going to be trying to move 800 kids around this building on a daily basis, and that was a huge request of theirs.
So the end of the hallway is the doors?
Yep.
Is there going to be windows there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Lots of natural light in this facility.
Nice.
Yep.
All right.
Why don't we go into the music room? So this is our music room. It's a nice large facility, lots of windows. Our what we call specialist classes also have an office space and then a storage space. So for the drums and ukuleles and xylophones that we use in our music program, they have a nice storage facility for them now.
Right, nice.
Yeah, it's a nice big space.
Okay.
this will be the cafeteria.
A lot of windows here too.
Lots of windows. There's some acoustical paneling that also goes in here to help damper the sound because it is a 2-story vaulted feature throughout. Our architects are amazing, and they actually brought quite a few features from our current building. So if you look at the ceiling, it looks like it's a wood ceiling. It helps with the acoustics. So if you've been at the current Lakeside, you'll notice that a lot of the ceilings are wood.
Right.
They've tried to bring that feature into this building.
Yep.
The other piece that they've done is there's a strong Scandinavian architectural feature here. So from the top all the way down where this pole is will be a large 3-pillar feature that you'll see in a lot of Scandinavian designs. It's also repeated in our media center.
So is it just standard tables and chairs in the cafeteria? Okay.
Yep, so we will be able to serve 8 classrooms at once, and so we have a rotating schedule figured out. It's actually a double serve line.
Is this the serving area
So the
here?
serving, they're actually right over there, kind of underneath those 2 blue. So for example, with your 2nd and 3rd graders that take a little bit more time to eat, you can take a class and split them into that line, and with your 4th and 5th graders, you can have 1 class go into each line. So it makes you're able to maintain your continual feed option for how you serve lunch at school.
Then the other door straight ahead leads.
That leads into dry storage.
Storage.
Yep, storage area. This is also right here a storage area, and then the dish drop obviously is part of the wall as well.
Okay. All right. Good.
So because the building is 2 stories, we have a elevator that'll be put in. So this is the elevator. And then there will be a lost and found feature that goes over here. The building is 2 stories, so this access point would go up to 4th grade.
Okay.
And then I'll take you into 2nd grade right now.
All right.
One thing I will point out is every grade level has like a color to it. Part of the design of this building was also to ensure when our youngest students came in off the bus, they had the shortest amount to space or place to go. So it's an easy swing by the cafeteria, get breakfast if you want it, and then come into the grade levels.
Now, are there doors going to be
There are.
here? Okay.
So the building has specific lockdown points. When we were designing the building and making sure that our safety features were obviously as up to code as they could be, the building has a couple lockdown points. Every single grade level has doors in this entranceway, so if we do go into a lockdown, it automatically locks these doors. The other feature that we chose to use is we have bathrooms inside the doors. So for example, if a student is in the restroom and we have to go into a lockdown, that student is contained in their grade level area.
Good.
So a boy and a girl side bathroom.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, there's not much. You'll see that the color theme has been continued through here as well.
Yep.
So this is 2nd grade. They have like an aqua color. There's 3 stalls per grade level.
Okay.
So roughly about 200 kids per grade.
So are we on schedule here?
We are.
Okay, good.
We are hopeful. We're in what they call Area B right now. So I'll take you to Area A, which is part of 3rd grade, and they're the furthest along.
Yep.
This area over here to the right will be where all of our lockers are. So we will continue the use of lockers at Lakeside. There's also a staff bathroom, and then the room back there with the windows is actually staff storage, so curriculum storage.
Yep.
Every grade level has the exact same layout. So there is a small classroom over here, or a conference room. It's like a flexible space. Here, so every grade level has one of these. And then you'll notice that there are 9 classrooms per grade. So we'll have a total of 36 grade level classrooms next year. They all have similar designs with windows, Promethean boards, casework. And then we'll go to the end of the hallway. I'll take you into 3rd grade, that's a little further along so you can see more of it. At the end of each hallway are floor-to-ceiling glass windows. So there's a lot of natural light.
Will they have doors at the end too?
No, it's just a stairwell upstairs.
All right.
The other part that we're really excited about is this area in here. It's a flexible learning space.
Yeah.
So for our students to be able to have small group instruction, special ed services, just different groups and options for teachers to use. And then these stairwells will mainly be for emergency exits. They won't be used during the day by students because it goes straight up to 4th grade.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
So this is 2nd.
This is 2nd grade.
4th grade is stacked
Right on top. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. 4th. Yep.
So,
right
so
on
you
top.
kept the 2nd and 3rd on the main level, 4th and 5th in the upper
Our
level.
youngest students,
All right.
absolutely. Yeah.
Good.
Why don't we go into third grade? It's the furthest along, so you can just see the difference. 2/3 of the classrooms are carpet, and then the other third is like a hard surface. Oh, did you? In third grade? Okay, awesome. I'll go over to A.
All right.
So this area in here is part of our special education services. So our school psychologist, EBD teacher, autism services are all on this level.
Okay.
And then over here, we have a computer lab as a part of our media center.
So you are retaining computer labs?
Yep. So we have one computer lab, and then every grade level has 2 Chromebook carts.
Okay.
And then each classroom has 10 Chromebooks. So we are now entering third grade. You'll notice that it's green.
And this is third?
This is third. So your bathrooms are here. Like storage, and then small classroom, locker rooms.
Yep.
And then you'll get a sense for the classrooms in here. So every classroom is right around 900 square feet. And you'll notice that there's a lot of natural light in pretty much every room.
Right.
The other feature that we loved when we were looking at some of the new schools is just the lighting feature. The lights are very different than what we currently have in our building. There's a dimmable feature to help with some energy conservation and just, the kind of that overall tone and feeling and learning.
And then the Promethean board is over there?
Promethean board is over on every teaching wall, has a Promethean board, and then on each side is a 4-foot marker board.
And then you have the sound system as well?
Yep, there's an audio enhancement system for teachers that it will wear around their neck. And we've been piloting 3 systems over at school right now, and the teachers love them. Yeah, the idea with the windows going into the resource area is just to allow teachers more of that flexible learning space. So if we're working on some group work and 4 or 5 kids need to go out in the hallway and work on something, the teachers can still keep an eye on them.
So this is basically the design for every classroom?
It is. It mirrors it everywhere. Other just things that the teachers and the user groups were really just intent on is you will see pops of bold color through the whole building, but there's really just a really sense of classic colors through it. So let's say in 10 years we don't like this green. It's not like it's a lime green tile wall.
Right.
There's just some green that we would need to paint. And there's a lot of carpet in the building.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
What you will notice when you come into each grade level is that the carpet squares have more of that color that matches, that's assigned. So there'll be more green in this area, and then it fades as it gets to the end of the hallway. So again, the idea is like in 10 years, we don't like the color, you pop up some carpet tiles, and it's not a complete replacement. So currently right now we are entering the media center.
Oh, okay.
Another feature of this building is that your media center is the hub of your building, and it's a very dramatic 2-story vaulted feature. You'll notice a similar ceiling as in the cafeteria.
Right. Yep.
So in this space, we have a small conference room right over here. And then there is casework around the entire media space. Included in the design is like a media productions room, so we'll be able to do some video and production with our students.
Okay.
And then we have an office and a storage room for our tech integration and our media center staff.
So how about furnishings and bookcases? Is it your Lakeside of old, or?
Nope. The casework that's attached to the wall is being designed by CTB. And it is attached to the wall and not movable, but everything else in this space is mobile. The circ desk is mobile. The bookshelves are mobile. They're all on casters. There's multiple electrical outlets, so if we wanted to move the circ desk to a certain area, that would be an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then balcony?
That's a balcony up to, that's 5th grade up there in the blue. So obviously there'll be a railing.
Right. Well, that'll be good.
Yeah, railings will be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's a very open feel. It's a dramatic feel when you walk into the building.
Now, if I recall, you have science and art rooms.
We do. We have art. We will not have science next year. But
we have spaces.
We do have space. So we'll go upstairs and show you.
All right.
So this entrance is the main entrance that families will come into. On the right-hand side here is the district office. And on the left here is, well, my left. This is the office space for the elementary.
Okay.
So again, safety features when parents come in, there's a vestibule that is locked, so parents have to enter through the office. There's a locked door. They have to be buzzed to be able to get into the building. We'll continue with our hall pass feature. Parents are going to have ID, obviously, to get in.
And who all will be housed in this
Sure.
office?
So this over here is our health room.
This is a good size
This is the health room. Yep.
Yeah, real nice.
Yep. So again, parents that come in that need to pick a sick child up can enter into here.
Right.
If they need to enter the building, they have to go through the locked door. But
Okay.
there's obviously an entrance off the hallway for the kids
Yep.
and staff when they come in.
Okay.
And then this space in here will obviously be like a reception desk. So office secretary, and then we have obviously some support staff that'll help with reception duties. So they will be housed here.
Okay.
A cool feature in this building is on this wall over here, we're going to be taking some of the chairs that are currently in the stadium seating
sure.
at Lakeside and put them right here. So when parents come to sit and wait in the office, they'll be sitting in Lakeside seating from 1939.
Okay.
But again, lots of natural light. This would be my office. This is the principal office.
All right.
And then obviously a coat room or a coat closet. This is an office for our behavior support. This is a conference room over here.
That's a nice.
Nice conference room.
Yes.
Yep. You'll notice the windows are here again. This is our school nurse, Trisha Jennison. This is her office.
Okay.
This is our, we call it the vault, so it's locked storage.
Right.
This is a staff bathroom. This is the staff this is the staff lounge.
This is the staff lounge.
This is the lounge, yep.
Okay.
So again, light everywhere.
That's nice.
Yeah. It'll be, one of the things that we did ask for was a staff lounge where we could have a fair amount of people sit and have lunch together, just to make sure that we maintain that sense of community with our staff. We're going to be about 100 adults in the building,
Right.
about 800 kids, so we just want to make sure that we stay connected. We're currently in what's called the staff workroom, copier, mailboxes,
okay.
storage. Yep. And again, this staff workroom was modeled after one that we saw at Wildwood in Matamidi.
Okay.
A lot of similar features
lot of
with where
nice
things are
space.
placed. Yep. And then staff can enter. This brings you back to the hallway. So the cool thing about what's going to be on this wall over here is we are taking part of the gym floor, and it's going to be a feature wall in the new building. So over this summer, after we shut down the current Lakeside, we'll have somebody come in, rip up part of the floor, and then make it a feature wall along this wall over here. So this is what parents will see.
So
again,
that's a June project.
it's a June or July project. Yep. But
Okay.
again, trying to keep that history of Lakeside
Right.
alive in the new building.
Right. You're doing a great job.
Do you want to go upstairs?
Sure.
Sure. So this space will be used for our science room
Okay.
when we're able to bring that program back.
Oh yeah, that's a nice room.
Yeah. So
Very
you'll notice a lot
nice.
of natural light, tall
Yep.
ceilings. And then I'll take you over to the 5th grade wing. So the main stairwells that the kids will use are blue. So
Yep.
that's another color feature that's in the building. So kids will know that you go up and down the blue stairs. You don't go down like the white stairs at the other end.
Right.
So this is 5th grade. Exact same layout as the other 2 grades. You'll just notice that they have a blue accent color.
So we're really still targeting open house for people to come in and take a look.
We'll have a grand opening for the public sometime in the fall.
Right, after school starts.
After school has started. We should hopefully have teachers in at the very beginning of August.
Oh, okay.
And we should be all ready to go for open house at the end of August.
All right, great.
Yep. I'll take you over to 4th grade, and then I'll show you the art room.
So this is looking down on the media center
Into the
right
media
here.
center, yep.
And were those conference rooms? Is that what you
It's
said?
a media room, an office, and a storage space.
Okay.
The conference room is kind of
Over
to the
here.
left here.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. So the other part that's on this floor are our special education services and our interventions for reading and math.
So this intervention
These
space?
are intervention spaces, yep. So like our LD teachers, our intervention reading and math, our paraprofessionals that provide extra support to kids would be up here. So there's multiple small classroom spaces.
Yeah.
And again, lots of natural light when you come in. So this is 4th grade. They're the least furthest along right now.
Okay.
We're in what they call Area B of the building. So Area A is 3rd grade and 5th grade, so they're the furthest. 3rd grade's the furthest along on the main floor. And this is Area B on the upper level. So currently we're in 4th grade right now.
Right.
We were just in 5th grade. And keep in mind our 5th grade at Lakeside right now, there's 7 teachers and 4 of them are out in the portables.
Right.
And the other
exactly.
3 are spread out amongst the building. So they haven't had the opportunity to like teach as a team.
Right.
So I think that's one of the features that teachers are really looking for is the space to be able to do some of the types of learning that they've wanted to do. But in a hallway format of a building that's old.
Right.
Doesn't lend itself real well to that. So we're walking into the space now. Over to the right is the cafeteria.
Yep. Which you can look down to.
You can look down into, yep. And again, this part of the building that we're standing in right now is only going to be visited with teachers when they bring their kids to art class.
Oh, this is the art room.
This is the art room right behind us, yep.
Another nice big room.
Yep, we're going to put a kiln in this room right to your left there.
You haven't had a kiln.
We have not had a kiln. Our art teacher, when we do those projects, has to bring all the student work over to the high school.
Okay.
So we're really looking forward to having that here.
Right.
But it mirrors the music room that's right below us. You can get a good.
And then back here is your playground area.
I'm going to face the
There
playground.
will also be a ball field?
Yep.
Okay.
So there's a baseball field, like field space, and then the playground will be back there, and then there's a hard surface area or blacktop area with basketball courts and
okay.
or hoops, I should say.
Nice.
Yeah. So they broke ground a year ago tomorrow.
Oh,
So this is
okay.
1 year progress. So again, when the kids come down, this is the media center right in front of us. 2nd grade's right here, and then to the cafeteria, gym, and out to recess. So,
The bus entry.
Yep, where the bus enters, yeah.
Yep. Very nice.
Yep.
Well, thank you for the tour.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this is a tremendous building, and I know it's just part of our larger projects that are occurring within the district. We have the Wildcat Center that will be hopefully opening up here in July.
Yep.
We have the Taylor's Falls project, the Media Center, the remodel of the K rooms, preschool rooms there, the middle school, right?
Absolutely.
We have projects
Tennis courts
there.
yep.
The tennis courts are up and running.
Yep.
So yeah, this is a vast project, and it's really thanks to our community and their support.
Yep.
Without the community support, we wouldn't have any of this.
No, and if you really think about it, there's been a school at current Lakeside for almost 100
Right.
years. So
Yep.
think about like 100 years from now, what would this building be, and our community supported this. So
Right.
we're pretty fortunate.
Yeah.